everyone, Caleb Masters from Cinematropolis.com here with an instant reaction to the new Sam Raimi movie, Send Help. Can you believe this has been 16, 17 years since 2009's Dragged Into Hell? Sam Raimi has still got the stuff. No one else makes a zany horror comedy quite like him. But the real star outside of his direction really is Rachel McAdams, who is really overcoming a lifelong career of playing comedic roles, pretty women, mom figures. This throws all of that out the window for what I believe is one of her best horror comedy performances I've ever seen. The movie is super fun. It's silly. It kind of kept me on my toes wondering, where is this going? What's going to happen next? Overall, I thought this was a great 2 hours at the movie theater. I think it was around like an hour and 45 or so minutes. Coming right off the cuff, if I'm going to give this a letter grade, I would say a solid B. Can't wait to see what Raimi's cooking up next. Hopefully he's got a few more really solid feature films in the can, but I have to say, this was a very welcome return to form for a director I quite love and have missed. Sam Raimi, don't make it another 17 years before you make an original horror film.
I don't think we should ever leave.
Hello everyone, Laron Chapman here for a quick out-of-the-theater review of Sam Raimi's latest horror film, Send Help.
I'm betting I'm a much nicer boss than you ever would have been, except for maybe this part. I don't think we should ever leave.
In 1981 and 1987, he brought the dead to life. In 2009, he dragged the living to hell. And in January 2026, Sam Raimi traps Oscar nominee Rachel McAdams on a tropical deserted island alongside the only thing more frightening than a soul-sucking deadite, her douchebag boss.
Why have you disturbed our sleep?
The douchebag in question being Bradley Preston, played by a terrific Dylan O'Brien, who was fantastic in last year's Twinless. As he's recently seized control of his father's company, Bradley invites Linda on a business trip to Thailand with her competitors. Of course, this goes horrifically wrong as the plane crashes and the only two survivors are Linda and Bradley on this island, where we learn that Linda is actually uniquely qualified to be there as she was a former contestant on the Survivor show. And I think in a lesser movie, both of these characters would have been very cookie cutter like archetypes. In the hands of Sam Raimi and the filmmakers here and the performances from Rachel McAdams and Dylan O'Brien, there are these added layers and these histories about these characters that kind of unfurl as the story goes along, that puts either character at different times in the story in a position of dominance. And this is where we are seeing Sam Raimi, known for his kooky, grisly kind of horror films and kind of really waving his proverbial director freak flag here. And it is just so thrilling to see a director return to form in this regard. There are so many cringe-worthy moments in this movie that I think audiences are going to be tied in knots in their seats. What a nice showcase for the really terrific Rachel McAdams, who of course has given us great iconic roles over the years, but has never been seen doing anything as unhinged and deranged as she is in this particular role. And it's so nice to see her sink her teeth, figuratively and literally, into a role this juicy. For letter grades here, I'm going to give this a solid B+. I think if you're a fan of Rachel McAdams, Dylan O'Brien, or Sam Raimi for that matter, then you really got the full package here. For more thoughtful reviews like this, please run over to the Cinematropolis.com. Thanks again for listening. I'm Laron Chapman. Until next time.